Well, good afternoon, Knicks Nation. Got my little milkshake here. Good afternoon. I hope you all are enjoying your weekend. This is, for many of us, a 3-day weekend. This is a nice weekend. I hope you all are safe and healthy and that your family's safe and healthy and you all are enjoying your 3-day weekend. Welcome to Knicks Nation. Welcome, Mr. Zervos, Darnell 140th. What's up? Aja Bula. What's up? King Ribby RM. My brother, Malik Shabazz, Grand Rising, my brother. Jose Vasquez. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. I'm starting at 12 o'clock on the dot. I got my cousins coming over today, driving up from Tampa, and we hanging out this afternoon at my house. So I'm going to make this an hour, and we're going to get this done. What's up, Jose Castillo, Organic Fanatic? Hold on. And y'all might hear my phone because I'm keeping my phone. I usually keep it on Do Not Disturb, but I'm keeping it off the Do Not Disturb, so in case my cousins call, they get lost or something. So I got them over there. But Organic Fanatics, my man Tony Tippins, Marshall L, Nancy Stevenson, hello, Miss Stevenson, Myers Society, Larry Wallace, Stoop Kids Studios, good morning, Lawrence Williams, Jets Madden 20, Kevin Taylor, my brother Guilford McCormick. What's up? I hope everybody, again, is enjoying themselves. I was watching today, Chadwick, what's up? I was watching today Canada against Spain. I like to watch highlights of the U.S. This is I'm having some milk with a protein shake, protein powder in it, a little iced coffee, a little refreshing drink today. I was watching Canada, Spain. I'm more interested in watching Canada than I am in watching the USA. And the reason is, like I said, for the USA, for the Knicks, and again, my interest is really the Knicks. As you know, I like watching good basketball, but my interest is definitely, Knicks favorite. So for USA, we got Brunson and we got Hart. And I'm not worried about Brunson and Hart in terms of performance. Brunson and Hart are both in their prime. Superstar, what's up, brother? Both of them in their primes. They're going to bring us what we expect them to bring us. They're not going to disappoint us. I'm very confident in that. Hart is a bench piece par excellence. You're going to get the all-star Brunson. He better be all-star. I'm not putting no pressure on him, but on the league. He needs to be an all-star this year. And so you're going to get that. The key thing to me, I don't give a crap about what Jokeritis did. No front, but what the hell? I don't care. We're not dealing with him. So what I'm caring about, though, is listen, y'all. Right now, we're in a situation where the New York Knicks are a playoff team. Expected playoff team, at least from my perspective. And I'm expecting a 50-win season. So this is a situation where we're really in a situation where we haven't been in New York in a while. Now expected playoff team, a team that's top 6 in the East, a 50-win team we're talking about this year. We're talking about at least one, maybe two all-stars again. So we're in a situation now we haven't been in a while. And I suggest, Knicks Nation, that we enjoy what we got. Let's stop looking for, and this is the thing, in Knicks Nation, y'all know, like every time somebody has a bad game for the Knicks, everybody's talking about trade them and go upgrade and get this. Every time somebody has a good game for another team, let's go get that guy. Okay, look, listen. That's played out right now. That's played out. Let me say it again. That's played out. It's played out right now. We don't need that right now. Every time somebody has a good game on another team, we don't need to go get them. Every time somebody has a bad game on the Knicks, we don't need to trade them. Right now, we got our squad. We got 9-man rotation. plus 2 other guys that could play in the rotation but won't be able to because of the stacked rotation. We don't need to be talking about nobody else. We don't need to be looking at nobody else. We don't need to be dealing with no trades right now. That's all played out. This ain't the time for NBA 2K. This ain't it. This ain't the time for the grass to be green on the other side. This ain't that time. Okay, so that's played out. So right now we got our squad. So as far as Brunson and Hart, we know what they're going to bring to the table. And they're not going to disappoint us. They're going to bring to the table what they do. They're both in their prime. DiVincenzo, even, I think he's going to be like perfect situational bench piece. And we know what he's going to bring to the table. He's going to be good. What I'm watching for Canada, obviously, is RJ Barrett. I'm watching RJ Barrett for Canada. Okay, because RJ is a wild card. There's 2 wild cards in our 9-man rotation. RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes for different reasons. RJ is because, say, for example, I just mentioned that Brunson and Hart are in their primes. Hart is 28, Brunson is 27. They're in their prime. So you know what you're going to get. This is what you're getting. This is who they are. Julius Randle is in his prime. You're going to get 20 and 10. That's what you're going to get. That's who he is. RJ is not in his prime. RJ is still feeling into his upside. So what we want to see is more growth on RJ's level. And I've been mentioning, I'm not looking for growth every play. I'm looking for growth in 2 areas. Defense, and I mean overall, both individual, man-to-man defense, team defense, awareness defense, and finishing. Finishing when you get close to the rim. Now, in the game today, RJ had at least 2 or 3 wide open looks in the 4th quarter. Couldn't hit him. Had the Ray Charles glasses on. But like I said, I'm not expecting him to be Stephen Curry right now. Okay. RJ, if things go the way I'd like them to go, RJ and Grimes would both be 3rd options, 3A and 3B, 3 and 3A, put it that way. If we can, because RJ to me right now is at his best as a solid 3rd option, maybe even a 4th option. And I've been saying this since last year, and some of y'all still didn't get it. I'm still telling you, to the Knicks organization, Quentin Grimes is more valuable than RJ Barrett. Some of y'all, last year I said it and y'all was tripping. How do you say that? No, blah, blah, blah. I'm still telling you, Quentin Grimes is more valuable than RJ Barrett to the New York Knicks. If there's a trade that eventually happens, you will see RJ included before you see Quentin Grimes included. Why? Let me just be playing with you. Even though RJ was the 3rd overall pick and Q-Dog was around, 25? Quentin Grimes is the better NBA basketball player. I'm telling you. Quentin Grimes is the better NBA basketball player. Okay, just flat out. Defensively, offensively, IQ, 3-level scoring. He's the better basketball player right now. And RJ and Quentin are about the same age, if I'm not mistaken. Are they not? They're about the same age. RJ has way more experience because, he came in at age 19. But Quentin Grimes is the better basketball player. And so what I'm saying to you is RJ is a wild card because we're seeing what kind of growth can we get from him. Quentin is a wild card only because we got to find out how the Knicks will get him touches. That's the only thing. And exactly, Coach Hauser said it. I'm not trying to down RJ. It's like saying, if I was to say to you, Joker, Nikola Jokic is a better basketball player than Mitchell Robinson. Am I downing Mitchell Robinson by saying that? Am I saying Mitchell Robinson sucks Am I saying Mitchell Robinson's no good? If I said, Nikola Jokic is a better 5 than Mitchell Robinson. I'm not downing Mitchell Robinson. I'm just saying this is how good Nikola Jokic is. Well, it's the same thing with RJ and Q-Dog. Q-Dog is just the better basketball player. RJ can play. I'm not saying he can't. He can play. Okay, he's still Broadway Barrett to me. But Quentin Grimes is better. And if you give Quentin Grimes, and the reason I bring this up is if you give Quentin Grimes as many touches as you give RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes will produce more in every area. He'll produce more points. He'll produce more efficiency. He'll produce more wins, which is the real important thing. You're feeling that? That's what I'm saying. Joe Curry, see, this is the thing, Joe. I want to tell you. You're looking at Grimes' weaknesses from last season. I hear you. But you want to understand, I was Grimes' second season. Talk to me about his weaknesses after year 4. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. He has got so much growth potential. He has got so much upside. We can't start talking about, his little nitpicky this or this part of his game or that part of the game. It's too early. If y'all recall RJ in his second season, okay, RJ shot 40% from 3 in his second season, but he wasn't what Q-Dog is now. Okay, not in any way, not offensively, not defensively. He wasn't what Q-Dog is now. Okay, so no, and I'm saying to you, Joe Curry, he's going to be more well-rounded. He's not that. If you're talking about his playmaking, I don't think he has a playmaking problem, except he doesn't get as many playmaking opportunities. That's really what it is. It's not, I don't even think he has a problem. If you give this boy 20 touches a game, you're going to see some playmaking. You're going to. And what I'm saying right now is because of the lack of opportunities, it's hard to really judge what Quentin Grimes is weak at because he doesn't get enough opportunities. The only opportunities he's getting heavily is defense, and you're seeing what he does. You're seeing what he does. The only opportunities you see him getting on a heavy basis defensively, he's guarding he's guarding the Jimmy Butlers. Okay, he's locking up the Jimmy Butlers. See, hey, Miss Edwards, Naviska 23, Coach Hauser. I said Joe Curry. I see Berman Abraham, seeing y'all. Prim Chat 2, what's up? But we need to see more opportunities to see what he's weak at, is what I'm saying. I don't think Quentin Grimes has a playmaking weakness right now. I just think he doesn't get enough opportunities to show what he could do playmaking-wise. Okay, he's getting the ball at the end of the shot clock. He's getting the ball in bad positions. He's not getting the ball. We need him to get plays run for him, and we need him to get opportunities, because if he can get opportunities, we'll see what he could do. Okay, so really the pecking order, the real pecking order is Brunson number 1 option, Randall number 2 option. What we don't know yet, that's what I'm hoping for to change, is I want to see Grimes really solid number 3 option. If I could get Grimes 16 shots a game. See, Grimes has been averaging double figures, barely getting 10 shots a game. I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, somebody check me on this. I got to look it up. But I think Grimes averaged like 9 shots a game. And he averaged double figures. Am I right about that or not? Y'all tell me. Am I right about that? I think I am right about that. I think Grimes got something like 9 shots a game, and he averaged double figures in the 9 shots a game he got, because you're not even seeing him at his most efficient. You're not even seeing him at his most efficient. So we're talking about if y'all can get my brother 16 shots, if we can get Grimes 16 shots a game, what will he do with the 16 shots? That's what I mean. Let me see here. I had him averaging 11 points last year. I'm looking at him. He averaged 11 points last year on 8.5 shots per game. 8.5 shots per game. See, we don't know what this cat could do. I'm telling you, I'm looking at an all-star when I see him. I'm looking at an all-star. We don't know what this cat can do. Okay, so if we can get him 16 shots a game, now wait. Last year with my man with Broadway, right? Broadway Barrett, right? Okay, with Broadway Barrett last year, Broadway Barrett got 16 shots a game. Broadway Barrett got 16 shots a game last year and averaged 20, 19.6. Okay, what could Quentin Grimes do? What could Quentin Grimes do with 16 shots a game? That's all I'm saying. That's why I call it a wild card. Okay, that's why I call it a wild card. It's not like, we need Grimes to step up. Grimes will step up. He just needs opportunity. So this is dealing with how they're going to flow this offense. Because RJ, to me, again, big games, that's Broadway Barrett. I ain't gonna front. Big games, I want RJ out there. If it's a big game in Madison Square Garden, is it a playoff game? Give me Broadway Barrett. I'm telling you. Give me Broadway Barrett. But on a consistent basis, a guy that can, we are hoping. See, I think all of us, Grand Rising, my brothers, Lonnie, what's up? I'm thinking if we're hoping, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. All of us that are Knicks fans, I'm talking about the haters that pose as Knicks fans. Y'all real Knicks fans. Jokeritis, Deshaun Wilsons, y'all real Knicks fans. Look, am I right? Am I right, Joe Curry? Am I right if I say to you, you really are hoping that RJ can become an all-star one day? Is that right? Am I right? Am I right, Brother Lonnie? Am I right, Deshaun? Am I telling you, if I said to you, you're really hoping RJ can become an all-star one day, right? Right? So we're all hoping that, right? This is how I feel about this. Quentin Grimes will become one if you give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. See, we don't know if RJ will or won't. We're all hoping he does. But I'm telling you, if you give Quentin Grimes them same opportunities, you're going to have an all-star. That's what I'm saying. You're going to have an all-star in your hand. And if you keep messing around and giving him too many opportunities, you're going to get a 40, 50, 90 guy. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get that type of dude. Plus all NBA on the defensive end of the floor. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So we are hoping that RJ can become an all-star. And in that regard, he is a, 50-49. You got me, Abraham. You know what I'm saying. 50-49, right? So we are hoping that RJ can become an all-star. And that's really like, what you call it? That's really, the wild card. The wild card for Quentin isn't, to me, that he can become an all-star. Is will he get the opportunity in this flow? And look, we're not even talking about Quentin Grimes being a number one or number two option. Yeah, Grimes is 50-49. That's what I'm talking about. That's right, Andrew. I'm saying Grimes is that 50-40-90 guy. If you let him get the opportunity to be. So we're not even talking about him being a number one or number two option. We're talking about him being a third option and getting 16 shots a game. And so, and I am hoping, I can't guarantee it, but I'm cautiously optimistic that Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks coaching staff see what I see. I think they do. I'm not trying to brag, but y'all know I've been pretty much stride for stride with what the Knicks are doing since Tibbs came on board. I've been kind of, I disagree with him, and I always say when I disagree with him, but I always respect him, and I've been in his corner when nobody else is, and I've pretty much been stride for stride. Like I would call when I told you he's going to sit Kemba, and he did. Okay, I told y'all he's going to sit Evan Fournier, and he did. And then he's going to start Q-Dog. A lot of people was arguing with me last summer. I don't know why you so high on Quentin Grimes. Evan can shoot. And I told you, Quentin's better. He's a better basketball player. Okay? So now I'm saying to you again, Quentin is better than RJ. He's a better basketball player. And if you give him opportunities, you're going to see something. That is the Joker there. That's the wild card. Will he get the opportunity? Will he get 16 shots a game? That's what I'm saying. Now, what I liked and what helps me, my hope in this regard, with regard to RJ, is did y'all, any of y'all see the game, the Spain game? They came back from behind. You know, to me, SGA obviously was a star, right? But let me ask y'all, who was the clutch dude for Canada today? Who was the clutch dude for Canada today? Talk to me. You seen the game organic. Who was the clutch dude? It was definitely Brooks. It was definitely Brooks. And am I lying if I say on both sides of the ball, both offensively and defensively, it was Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks was the guy today. Now, SGA, you know, he's the superstar. He was, boy, this boy don't miss no foul shots down the stretch. Now, SGA, no, he don't. That boy knocks down foul shots down the stretch. But Dillon Brooks came up with big shot after big shot, big defensive play after big defensive play, big rebound after big rebound. I was like, this dude right here. And then, you know who he complimented very well? Powell. I don't know if Powell's still playing for Dallas anymore, but him and Powell fit very well together. I was like, dad. And that was what I'm saying. So RJ, to me, what I was looking for today was the two areas of improvement. I was looking for him for the defense, and I was looking for him for the finishing. He started the game off with the finishing at the, in the key. And he played good defense. I like the way he played defense. He was playing Fernandez, which was smaller, quicker than him. RJ's been, I don't know why, but RJ, I don't know if it's him deciding this or the coach, but they've been matching him up with smaller, quicker players in Fiba. Maybe that's just him working on his defense. But whenever he gets switched off into a real legit 3 or 4, he plays really good defense. I like how he played defense when he gets switched off like that. But he's been playing. Fernandez was one of, if y'all know, I don't know, I'm not expert on, European basketball, but I know Fernandez is a legend, in Europe. Fernandez is a legend for Spain. He's really that type of dude in international play. And so RJ was guarding him a lot today. Okay. But I like his defense and I like his getting into the lane and finishing strong. I like that. He was fouled a couple of times going hard to the hole, and he got called a couple of times, but I like that. That's where we're going to need him this year. See, if he can knock down threes, and, like I said, RJ going to put them Ray Charles glasses on, and it's frustrating. He's going to get wide open looks and blow it. That's why I'm really hoping for Grimes to get those type of looks. If you give Grimes those looks, no, we won't see. Yeah, that's a good question. Andrew Abraham asked, do you think we will see playoff or FIBA RJ doing? No, we won't. And if you're hoping for that, you're going to be disappointed. RJ starts slow, right? You know that. RJ starts slow. I think he should start a little better this year because of the FIBA. But RJ is a notoriously slow starter. Okay, that's him. What I'm hoping is, in early part of the season, we get a more of a feature, as Clyde Frazier would say, we more feature Grimes in that situation. If we can feature Grimes in that scenario, I think we'll be much better situation. See, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying, you're right. And people handle things differently. Coach Hauser, maybe Andrew, y'all might handle it. Me, I'm one that I try not to frustrate myself. I try not to put frustration on my spirit if I don't have to. So if RJ starts off fast, okay, great. But I'm looking for RJ to start picking it up after 20 or 30 games. That's what I'm looking for RJ down the stretch. You see, that's how because that way I won't be frustrated when I see him putting on them Ray Charles glasses early in the season. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, I totally get people saying, well, maybe you start off faster this year, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good, obviously for the Knicks. But yeah. So, but listen, I think the first game of the season is against Boston. Isn't that right? I think the first game of the season is against Boston. There are two players on the Knicks. Well, three if you count Evan Fournier, but I'm not counting Evan Fournier. But there are two players on the Knicks that seem to love playing when they see green. That's Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett. When them brothers see green, you know what I mean? Yeah, when them brothers see green, IQ and RJ, they're gone. They be having, block parties when they be playing Boston. They be having block parties. So I don't know what to expect in that first game. We're gonna find out. I'm expecting a big year from Emmanuel Quickly this year. Especially once he signs the deal. I'm expecting the deal to get signed. As Ian Begley said also, if y'all saw Ian Begley's latest thing, I'm expecting the deal to get signed before the first game of the season. Yeah, that's what I saw, Coach Holland, and I agree with that. I think they're going to get this done. This cat ain't leaving $90 million on the table. He ain't doing that, man. He ain't leaving no $90 million on the table. That ain't going to happen. Would you? I don't care. Even if the extension for our IQ we talking about organic, the extension for IQ. I'm not. I know he think he is started, and he probably is, but I'm not leaving no $90 million. You put $90 million contract in front of me. That's getting done, baby. That's getting done. No, this life's too short in this life, man. And NBA player life is too short. So I'm expecting that deal to get done. And then everybody, I saw Ian mentioning already Deuce and Jericho or whoever else on extensions. The Knicks at this stage, we can't worry about these players yet. We just got to worry about what we got right now. All we got to deal with right now is IQ. And so even signing IQ, and you know how the Don going to do this. It's going to fit under the luxury tax. His first year salary is going to fit under the luxury tax, period. End of story. He's not going to go over the luxury tax. He's going to have this deal done. This is discount Don we're talking about. So he's going to get this. Earl Thomas, that's not even the bottom line. It's not a top line. It's not any line. Zero. Zero line. It's not a line. It's not a line item. It's not a line item. The bottom line is, you ready? Can the Knicks win 55 games this year? Yeah. Can the Knicks win 55 games this year? You want to talk about a bottom line? I'm saying the Knicks will win at least 50. Can the Knicks win 55 this year? That's what we want. That's a bottom line. Can the Knicks win 55? That's a bottom line. You want to talk about another bottom line? Who losing their top 4 spot? Yeah, 55 is big. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. That's more of a bottom line. Can we? I'm strongly of the opinion they can win 50. I'm with you, Andrew. I'm thinking 50 games. If they can get 52, that'll be great. Who losing their top 4 spot? Because somebody is. It's either Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, or Cleveland. Somebody losing their top 4 spot. Somebody losing their spot. Okay? Just like I told y'all last year, somebody losing their top 6 spot because here come the Knicks, and they were top 5. So who losing their top 4 spot? Because here we come. Who losing their top 4 spot this year? Is it Boston? Is it Milwaukee? See, that's why y'all heard, the latest wet dream about Giannis coming to New York. You heard that? That was the latest wet dream. This week, Giannis coming to New York. But the reason that comes out is because they lost in the first round. That is, Milwaukee lost in the first round. But it's unreasonable to have thought that Milwaukee could beat Miami without Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, right? I don't think that was reasonable. If they had lost to Miami and they had a healthy Giannis, oh, okay, you might have a problem here. But without a healthy Giannis, how you expect them to win in the playoffs? They might not even make the playoffs if they don't have a healthy Giannis. So, yeah. So exactly, fanatics. They have to stay outside the camp until even. So, oh God. So I don't think it's fair for people to think Giannis was leaving because they lost in the first round this past season when Giannis wasn't healthy. Now, this year is a different situation. If they lose with Giannis or if Giannis gets hurt again, we got to talk about some things. But that's not during this season, okay? That's not something we need to worry about now. Now we got our own team. Let's see what we can do. And yes, Malik, I'm agreeing with you and whoever else said it. Boston's going to miss Marcus Smart. I mean, Boston going to miss Marcus Smart. I'm going to tell you. And let me tell you what I'm saying in terms of why. I mean, aside from the savviness, aside from the savviness, aside from him being clutch, which he is, aside from all that, let me get him up here. Where's Marcus? As the rest in peace, Tommy Heinz used to say, Marcus Smart. Let me get Marcus up here. Where's Marcus? I can't find Marcus Smart. Anyway, let me get him up here, Marcus Smart. All right, here he is. All right. Yeah, okay. So Marcus Smart played last year. He played 61 games. See, it was a little light for him. 32 minutes a game. He shoots 34% from three. He didn't have a great statistical year, but he's just heart and soul type dude, man. He really is heart and soul type dude. The problem I have with them trading him, right, Castillo, you hit it on the head. The problem with trading Marcus Smart is you're hoping you get a full season out of Brogdon. Brogdon is a really good player. Don't get me wrong. Brogdon is lights out, but I think we could agree Brogdon is not the most available guy, right? Am I right? Brogdon not your most available dude, so you're really depending on the other guy, White, right, to come in. You're depending on Kevin Pritchard. And I'm not saying Pritchard can't play now, but I think we can agree Pritchard is not Marcus Smart. Pritchard is not Brogdon. Pritchard's good, but he's not Brogdon and he's not Smart. So, and then KP, we know KP's injury history. We know that very well. So I don't know, you're losing Smart, a guy that's a clutch at the end of the game dude, and you're going to lose Brogdon at some point. Brogdon, how many games did this dude play last year? I don't know, but I'm telling you, he's not a guy that you can depend on for 70 games, I don't think. I mean, right? Am I wrong about that? I don't think I'm wrong about that. I don't think you can depend on Brogdon for 70 games. Where is this guy at? Malcolm Brogdon. You can't depend, here he is. So, let me see. Last year, Brogdon played 67 games, which for him is good. For him, that was daggone good for him to play 67 games. I ain't going to front. For him, that's good. Year before that, he played 36 games. Year before that, 56 games. Year before that, 54 games. So he's not a guy you want to say, I'm going to depend on him. He played 67 games coming off the bench last year, so that's good. That really is good. I ain't going to front. That's no front. If he could do 67 games this year, they'd be in good shape. But Kenny, yeah, we're going to see. But let's not forget, the engine that drives Boston is Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Everybody else, is those ancillary pieces, which are very good. So, yeah, me too, Joker. But Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum those are the engine that drive that team. And they're in their prime. So they're going to be tough. So I like Boston to still be in the top four. I'm thinking either Philly or Cleveland will fall out the top four. It's going to be either Philly or Cleveland that fall out the top four. Got to give Cleveland a little bit of slack. Why do I say that? because last year was the first year that Donovan actually played with Cleveland. So you got to give him that year, right? Because that was his first year playing with them. So you got to give him that year. So I expect Cleveland to be a little better this year because now you got Donovan in for another year, and you got Evan Mobley is going to be that guy. There's no doubt in my mind. He's another all-star in the making. So you got that coming. So Cleveland is going to be good. And they added Max Strus to their team. I expect them to be good. I like the Knicks against them still. I still like the Knicks against them, even with that. I like the Knicks against them, okay? But they ain't going to be no pushover. Philly, because of the turmoil, because of Harden. Harden is I've been thinking Harden was slipping for the last 2 seasons, to be quite honest with you. He's been slipping defensively since he was at Houston. But even offensively, he's starting to slip a little bit. Okay, he's starting to slip a little bit. And I thought he was slipping when he came to the Nets and then in Philly. And him thinking that he is supposed to be the man, that happens. That happens. So, in other words, you get a guy that's used to being one of the top 10 players in the league, and then he starts slipping, but his reputation, that was back a long time ago, organic. But he ain't played it since he was at Houston. But I mean, before that. But you get a guy that's a top 10 guy and he starts to slip and he's getting by. He gets all-star appearances. He may even get all NBA because of his reputation, but he's not really that player anymore. Okay. And he's the last one to realize it. I think that's where we're at with James Harden. James Harden thinks he's supposed to be the man that the team is centered around, and he's not. He really should take the back seat to Embiid and let it be Embiid's team. If he has any issues, him calling Daryl Morey a liar publicly, that's not good, especially in Philadelphia. It gets crazy in Philly. Philly's about the only city in my mind that's close to New York in terms of the hardness of the fans. I mean, there's only one. Boston is tough, but neither Boston is not like Philly in New York. Philly's tough, right? Y'all seen Philly? Them some tough fans, man. And they rival y'all. They rival y'all, man. These fans, no joke, man. So I don't know how that's going to play out, with Harden. And if they pull a trade, it'll be like a trade that comes before camp. And all of that is just not well. And then don't let Embiid, tweak his knee. This is not looking good for Philly. Now, they can turn it all around. I think Tyrese Maxey's that dude. I really do. I think Tyrese Maxey's that dude. And if you get him and Embiid is healthy, anything can happen. But it's not looking good to start the season. Yeah, I agree. Harden is more of a facilitator right now and a defensive weakness. That's what he is. He's a defensive weakness. So you need Maxey. Because one thing about the Long Island kid out there, the small forward, is he can play some defense, man. What's that kid's name? Harris, Tobias. He could play some defense. Tobias Harris could play some defense. And so you need him, Embiid, Maxey out there, playing some defense. But Harden ain't bringing you no defense, man. He ain't. And if you asking him to guard Q-Dog, Harden's going to get embarrassed. I'll tell you right now. If you asking Harden to guard Q-Dog, Harden's going to get embarrassed. I'm going to tell you right. I'm telling you straight right now. I know it sounds funny because Harden is all this and all that. And Q-Dog only in his 3rd year, getting 8.5 shots a game. But I'm going to tell you right now, you put him trying to guard Q-Dog. He won't even keep up. Q-Dog, I hurt that boy. I'm trying to tell you. And then they're going to have to put Maxey on him. Then you're going to try to have Harden guarding Brunson? Oh, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Yep, Milwaukee getting old too. I don't even trust Middleton no more. Middleton could play, but that's another guy. Y'all see Middleton? Middleton's a dude, right? But he's more getting by on his reputation right now. Right now. He got the ring. He played with Giannis. So Middleton I don't know. I don't know. Lopez is playing at a high level, and he will continue to do that because he's not being depended on like he was when he used to play for the Nets. Of course, there's Giannis, and then Jrue Holiday is still a tough dude. He's older, like 34, but don't just look at his age. That 34 is not the same as any other 34. Jrue Holiday's a dog still. Okay, so I'm not fronting on that, but. Who did they get? Who did they pick up? Did they pick up anybody? Did Milwaukee pick up anybody special this year? Who they got on their team? What was their main pickup? Who did they pick up this year? Did they pick up anybody? I mean, who's their main guy? Let me see. They got Lopez. Oh, they big signing Ty Washington. No. Middleton, Giannis. Oh, they got Malik, Robin Lopez. Oh, Grayson Allen. Nothing exciting except continuity. Yeah, they got Thanasis. Yeah, Thanasis, whatever. Thanasis. Yeah, whatever. Hey, how many of y'all was wanting for the Knicks to draft Ty? The Knicks got to draft Ty. And they had all these scouts. I said, this cat, no. Remember that? Ty. Can't wait to see Ty. I say, Ta. Ty. Now look. What's this? My man Allah Wise. Rokas ain't no joke, my brother. Yes, he is. Well, for the Knicks, he's a joke. Look. You got Brunson, IQ, Deuce in front of Jokeritis. That's if he can get by whoever else. And don't even, are you talking about two guard? Oh, you still got Q-Dog, IQ. There's no way. Come on, y'all gotta be real. There's no way he's gonna play. He's not going to play. Okay? So it's a joke to even discuss it. I'm not saying homie can't play in the NBA. Yeah, he could play in the NBA. It's like this dude the other day saying, what you think about Bojan Bogdanovic? He's a good player. Well, can the Knicks get him? No. Where's he gonna play? There's nobody in the 9-man rotation I would replace with Bogdanovic. I'm sorry. No. You understand? So, can Jokeritis play? Yes. He's an NBA player. I will give you that. I believe Jokeritis is an NBA player. Jokeritis could play in the NBA. Can he play for the Knicks? No. He can't. There's no way. He gets no minutes. There's no place for him on the Knicks. Okay, so he's not playing in front of Brunson, IQ, or Deuce. None of them. Yeah. All I'm saying, and I'm agreeing with you, Allah Wise. He could play ball. I'm saying, look, for me to tell you that any guy's an NBA player, he could play. Okay, for him to be like the other ball brother, not LaMelo, No, LiAngelo, he's not an NBA player. There are people thinking, oh, LiAngelo's getting the contract. He's not an NBA player. Okay? He's just not. Not an NBA player. Then there's the guy at Duke that the Knicks just cut. He was on it was fringe whether he was an NBA player. Okay? Was he an NBA player? I don't know. And then there's this other guy, Keels, right. And then there's this other guy the Knicks just signed, a young guy. He was playing, he come out of high school. He's like 19. And he's got potential, but I don't know if he's an NBA player yet. I don't know if he could play in the NBA. We can find out next summer, maybe. But Jokeritis, he's an NBA player. He could play in the league. That's saying something. What I'm saying is he cannot play for the Knicks. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not worried about Jokeritis. Okay. I hope he gets picked up by Oklahoma City or something. I hope he gets to play. Because he could play in the NBA. He just can't play for the Knicks. Okay? That's all. That's all I'm saying. Not right now. Maybe somebody gets hurt, something happens. Yeah, there's no place for him to play. Mobb Deep is very easy, very easy. Y'all ready? This is Mobb Deep. Hartenstein, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Emmanuel Quickly. That's it. There's your 4 guys coming off the bench. And then either they're coming in to play with RJ Barrett or Julius Randle or Quentin. But those are your 4 guys. That's your 9-man rotation. This is not even a mystery. 9-man rotation. Hartenstein, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, Emmanuel Quickly. Okay? That, starters. Brunson, Grimes, RJ, Mitch Rob, Randall. It's very simple. This is what I like about continuity. Right? You know what's coming now. There's no, is there a training camp battle? No. Is there a training camp battle? Who's starting? No, we already know. It's already done. This is what I love about continuity. You don't have to guess anymore. Done. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly, Coach House. That's exactly right. When's the last time we could say that? Even last summer, people were like, well, is Evan Fournier going to start? No. I said, no. No defense, no bueno, man. Remember that? No defense, no bueno. And I said, no Evan Fournier, no. Okay? This year, no question. No question. This year, no question. We have our 9 guys. Okay? I'm hoping we can find Deuce some minutes. Oh, I don't know, Abraham. I don't see Abraham. I said those type of things I don't even get into. You know how many variables there is, right? We don't know who's going to get hurt, who's going to get hot, right? Like this past season, Giannis gets hurt, Miami gets hot, right? So we don't know who's going to get hurt, who's going to get hot. Teams that are supposed to be in the mix are going to be teams that are supposed to be in the mix are going to be in the mix. Okay, your Milwaukee's, your Boston's, your Cleveland's, your New York's, your Phillies, Miami's, they're going to be in the mix. Okay, all of them are going to be in the mix. But as far as who's going to come out on top, you got to see what we're looking like in March. Let's talk about what we're looking like in March. Who's peaking in March? Who's playing their best basketball in March? Brooklyn, and listen, don't sleep on Brooklyn. I ain't sleeping on Brooklyn either. Who's going to play their best ball in March? Who is hurt and who's healthy? We don't know. I can't tell you who's going to be the champion right now. It's impossible. I'd be guessing, very straight guessing, and I don't bother with that, man. So right now, I'm just telling you, somebody in the top 4 is losing a spot. The Knicks should win 50 games at least. Mobb Deep shooting guard depends on the matchup. See, you can't pencil it in because let's say the matchup is such that Dante plays better at the 3 or Hart plays better at the 3 or Hart plays at the 4 and they play Q-Dog at the 3 with the second unit. See what I'm saying? We don't know. Dante the 2, Dante the 3, IQ the 1, IQ the 2. IQ can play the 2. IQ can play the 3. Tibbs has got so much weapons this year. It's going to be amazing to see because he got weapons on top of weapons and combinations he could throw out there. And that's what the first 30 games is going to be about. What combinations are working and what is not working as well. And you're going to see that. And then he'll solidify those combinations going into, the midpoint of the season. You'll start to see that solidify. Yeah. It's right. I agree with you, Coach Hauser. Rokas to New York, 24-25. I mean, who's leaving? Is Dante leaving? Is Brunson leaving? Who's leaving to get Roku to the Knicks in 24? Oh, you think Deuce is leaving? That's possible. Deuce might go. But again, I like Roku. I do. But I just don't see it this year. Not this year. Keith Watkins, good day, Raw. Greetings, chat. Just finished honeydew list. Late login. Can I get a quick synopsis? Great job. We were talking about the wild card between RJ and Quentin Grimes and how, I'm really watching Fiba to watch RJ's development, not worried about Hart and Brunson. And if, we're all hoping No, I said IQ can play the 2. I said Dante might be able to play the 3 in a small ball lineup. Dante and Hart, both of those kids could play the 3 if they need to in a small ball lineup. Hart can play the 4 in a small ball lineup. Dante can play a 3. Dante can play the 2 in a small ball lineup, and Quentin Grimes can play the 3. So that's I'm saying. There's a lot of moving parts that could happen here. The Knicks have a lot of options. What was that? Oh, for Keith. So So we were talking about Q Dog. I feel like is just missing opportunities, whereas RJ needs growth. So we're all hoping that RJ can become an all-star, right? I think every Knick fan is hoping that RJ can become an all-star. You all right? So we're saying, well, man, can he develop so that he can become an all-star level player? With Quentin Grimes, to me, that's not a question. He can. The question is, will he get the opportunity? An opportunity to me with Quentin Grimes means 16 shots a game. He's getting 8.5 shots a game, 9 shots a game. If we can, and RJ gets 16, if we can get Quentin Grimes to get up to 16, which means he has to have some plays called for him. Okay. If we can get some plays called for him and get him 16 shots a game, I think we'll see an all-star. Okay, because I think he's that good. Yeah, I mean, Dante, I've seen him play the 3, even in Milwaukee at times. He could play the 3. He's got the athletic ability to play the 3 in a small ball lineup. Okay. Dante is really a shooting guard. That's his real natural position. He's a shooting guard. But in today's NBA, he's not only going to do that. He's going to play the 2 or 3. He's going to play a 2 or 3. He's a natural shooting guard, Dante DiVincenzo. Josh Hart is really a natural utility player. He's not a natural 2, a natural 3, or a natural 4. You look at him and you go by his size and you'd say, well, he's a 2, But if you watch Josh Hart play, he's not a natural 2. He could play the 2, he could play the 3, he could play the 4. He's a utility player. He can really play different positions, but Dante's a natural 2 guard. Yeah, Dante's a natural 2 guard though, and so he can play the 3 if you need him to. Yeah. See, there you go. That's right. Organic. He can even play point. Right. I think Dante played some point in high school, and I think he played some point at Villanova. Like Q Dog. Q Dog played point when he first came to Kansas. Q Dog couldn't play point, but the Knicks, you're not getting your highest, best use out of him at point guard. If you're playing Dante DiVincenzo at point guard on the New York Knicks, something's wrong. Something's wrong, because you should never have to do that. You should never have to do that. With Brunson, with Emmanuel quickly, and then you got Deuce, you should never have to play Dante DiVincenzo at point guard. You should never have to do that. If you're seeing Dante play point guard, that means you got a lot of injuries, and that's not a good sign. Okay? Yeah. So, but Dante should be a 2-3. Hart is a 2-3-4. IQ is a 1-2. I just love the versatility. 1-2. Hart is a 2-3-4. RJ is a 2-3-4. They got a few guys that could, play multiple positions, right? So we're in good shape, man. I love the way this, and I'm just wanting to see how the Knicks utilize, especially Quentin Grimes, because he's very, very important to me this year. Yeah, the second unit, I see a new version of Mobb Deep, I was really concerned as far as Mobb Deep losing Obi. To me, Obi and IQ were the spirit of Mobb Deep. They inspired me to call them Mobb Deep for the way they played coming off the bench their rookie year. They inspired me to call them Mobb Deep. I just kept thinking of Prodigy every time I would see them run the court together. But so I was worried about losing Obi and losing the spirit of Mobb Deep. But when you now have in camp Dante DiVincenzo coming from camp, and you have Josh Hart coming from camp, I feel a lot better about Mobb Deep still. So it's going to be like a new version of Mobb Deep. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think Tibbs will play RJ at power forward. He's done it before. He's done it the last 2 seasons. He's been doing it. He's going to do it again. And so you're going to see Hart at the 4, and you're going to see RJ at the 4 backing up Julius Randle, depending on the game, depending on the matchups, depending on the situation. That's what's going to determine it. But yes, you will see RJ backing up Randle at the 4, and you will see Hart backing up Randle at the 4. No, I don't think he will ever play Randle at center unless he absolutely has to. But this is the beauty of having Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein. Between the two of them, the 5 spot is locked up. You don't even need to worry about it. You can play them both at the 5. And then, if Mitchell Robinson is hurt, like I said, you're starting Jericho Sims. So you're going to start Jericho Sims if Mitchell Robinson is hurt. And no, even the small ball. No. No. Yeah, no, I don't see them doing that. He doesn't need to. Tibbs, Joe Curry, Tibbs doesn't like to play small ball. He just doesn't. He likes a traditional anchor at the 5 spot. Okay, he really does like that. He does not like playing small ball. His version of small ball includes a traditional center with smaller players around him. Okay, so Tibbs' version of small ball would be like this. You would have Mitchell Robinson or Isaiah Hartenstein. You would have RJ at the 4. You would have Quentin Grimes at the 3. You would have Dante DiVincenzo at the 2, and you would have Brunson or IQ at the 1. That's the small ball lineup Tibbs would play. Okay. Yeah. Well, no, I'm not surprised we traded Obi because Obi needs to start, and he wasn't going to start in New York. And the Knicks did him a solid. That's what they did. What the Knicks just did with Obi really adds to the Don's cachet with NBA players. NBA players know he's going to try to do best by the player. That's really important. When it comes down, when y'all see a superstar trying to choose where he wants to go, he's going to look at New York because he knows that Leon Rose is going to do well by him. That's why you're hearing so much about Embiid to New York, because Embiid loves the Don, because he knows the Don will look out for him and be honest with him. Okay, he knows that. And so by them moving Obi to Indiana, knowing Obi wanted to go there, Obi's going to start for Indiana, you're doing Obi a solid. It wasn't about the return. Sometimes it's about goodwill. Y'all know about, like in business, you have the value of your organization has your net assets, you have your liabilities, right? And you have this thing called goodwill, right? It's part of your balance sheet. And the Knicks created a good amount of goodwill in how they handled Obi Toppin. Really did. And so that's what I'm saying. They had to trade him because he needs to start, but the way they did it was really down low key goodwill. It was really good. So people focus too much on the return in terms of talent. It wasn't about that. And that's what I keep trying to say. It wasn't about that. Yeah, and they gave his brother an opportunity. So that's what you do when you're developing goodwill on the DL, and players notice that. Players will notice that. Yeah, it really notices that. That's part of the change in culture that's the New York Knicks right now. That's why I'm so happy about the Knicks, because that was a smart move. They had to move Obi. It wasn't about getting the maximum return for him. It was about making him happy and getting whatever you can back and making him happy. And so there was Indiana, and that's how we're going from here. But it was a smart move. I like the way they did that, having that to do it. And so now, you're not, and that's what I'm telling you, you're not losing anything with RJ and Hart playing the 4. Less is more, because you're going to get these guys more opportunities. RJ is going to be good. He's good at the 4. He's not, I'm telling you, he's really good at the 4. He can play that position, and he can guard that position. He can guard that position better. He can guard the 2 and the 3. Okay, so I like it. To me, the second unit for the Knicks has always, and y'all tell me what y'all think, but the second unit has consistently, under the Tibbs era, played better defense than the first unit. That's what I've been noticing. The second units for the Knicks consistently play better defense than the first unit. Okay, consistently. They do. So I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Yeah, so I like how they handled the Obi situation. Yeah, exactly, J. That's exactly right. So that was a chess move. That's not a move you're going to see benefits of today. That's a move you'll see benefits of 2 years from now. That's the way I look at it. And I've learned to look at the Don like that, and I appreciate that. He makes moves for down the line. He doesn't make moves necessarily for today. He makes moves for down the line. You understand? And that's what he did with Obi Toppin. He just made a really solid goodwill move, and it's going to pay dividends. Yeah. And it was so, let me tell you how good the move was too. Let's say in 2 years, Randall just collapses. He just completely collapses and he falls off the cliff and he's not the same guy anymore. He's past his prime, and in 3 years, 2 years, he's done. At that time, Obi's ready for a new contract. Let me tell you something. Because of how the Don handled this, Obi will look at New York in 2 or 3 seasons. He will look at New York. I'm not saying he will sign here, but he'll look at New York. He'll definitely look at New York. Okay? Especially if you got the same management team, he's going to look at New York. See, people, imagine Obi Toppin. Let's assume, let me just give you a scenario. Let me ask you this. Obi signs a deal with Indiana, a 4-year deal, whatever the value is. I'm not talking about that. But the 4th year is a player option. Okay? Obi's going to be 26. So in 3 seasons, 26, 27, 28, he'll be 28 coming in. He's in his prime. Let's assume for the sake of argument, he makes an all-NBA team and an all-star team. In the next 3 seasons, he makes an all-NBA team and an all-star team. Okay? Is he a hot commodity in 3 seasons? Question. Is Obi Toppin, if that's the case, if he makes an all-NBA team, he makes an all-star team, he's 28 years old, he's now opting out, is he going to be on the market? Is he going to be a hot commodity on the market? Yes, he's going to be a hot commodity on the market. Okay? I know I hear y'all with the tips thing, but I'm telling you, he'll look at New York because not only because he'll be more mature then than he is now. He'll be more mature then than he is now. And he'll be a better basketball player. One thing, players that really play for Tibbs and grow under Tibbs, as Obi did, they appreciate him later. They don't appreciate him at the moment, but they'll appreciate him later. It's consistent. Kobe Bryant loved Tom Thibodeau. Okay? Loved him. And there's a lot of great players that love Tom Thibodeau. I'm telling you. And so in 3 years, because of how the Don handled this situation, I'm telling you, he'll look at New York again. See, and that's just an option. We don't know if he'll come back or not, but I'm saying he's gonna look at New York. He's gonna seriously consider the Knicks. Okay, so we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of great players. There's people, there's 55 players that don't like Tibbs. I don't care about them. So what? Go cry in your towel. There's a lot of players that love Tom Thibodeau. Kevin Garnett loved Tom Thibodeau. Paul Pierce loved Tom Thibodeau. They want to chip with him. See? That's what I'm saying. There are players that love this guy. Okay? So, wait, 3 years from now. The way the Don did this deal with Obi, 3 years from now, it's going to pay dividends. You see what happens. That's what I'm saying. So that's how you got to look at these things long term, y'all. Well, King Ja, 1985, I hear you. And King Ja, you're typical in that you're like me and like a lot of other people are hoping RJ takes a step forward and becomes an all-star, right? King Ja, 1980, am I lying? King Ja, 1985. He said Tibbs should run some downhill plays for RJ to get him in rhythm. And what he's saying is, we want to see RJ play better. We want to see him get at a higher level. And Tibbs can help him with that. That's what you're saying. Isn't that right, 1985? But let me ask you this. I think I'd rather see Quentin Grimes get them plays called for him, to be quite honest with you. I'd rather see Quentin Grimes get them plays called. Can I get Quentin Grimes 4 or 5 plays a game called for him? That's what I'm saying, right? Can I get Quentin Grimes 4 or 5 plays a game? That's all I'm saying. You know, honestly, regarding Atlanta, I think Atlanta's a mess. They got talent, but I think they're a mess. The thing to me that keeps Atlanta going, to me, that makes them a threat, a playoff threat, is their coach, Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder's a great coach. So I wouldn't sleep on Atlanta because they got Quinn Snyder coaching. You know, yes, Quinn Snyder is a great coach, man. So that's why I don't want to sleep on Atlanta. It ain't got nothing to do with Young, you know. It's got nothing to do with the Leprechaun, or you know. And I like Quinn Snyder. I think Quinn Snyder's a great coach. And the Mad Professor, man, he looks like he's crazy, but he know what he's doing. He look like he's crazy, but he know what he's doing. But you know what? People, I ain't heard nobody talking about this dude in Atlanta, and I think he's going to be impact this year. Onyeka Okongwu. Onyeka Okongwu, I loved him coming out of USC. He was out the year before Evan Mobley came out. I loved him coming out of USC. I thought he was the best big in the draft that year, and he'd been playing behind Clint Capella. Onyeka is better than Clint Capella. And I'm not saying nothing against Clint Capella, but Onyeka is better. And I think it's his year to step up. I think this is his year to start. Okay. So he can play the 4 or the 5. Yeah, Onyeka is a better ball player. And watch. I'm thinking Onyeka's year is this year. Onyeka's year is this year. I've been looking at him for a while. He got drafted in the Obi draft, Andrew. He got drafted 5th, I think, that year. He got drafted right before the Detroit kid, the French kid that went to Detroit. He went right before that. So I think it was the kid from Auburn went to Cleveland at 4. And I think Onyeka went to Atlanta at 5, if I'm not mistaken. And then the left-handed kid from France, Okoro went to Cleveland at 4. Onyeka went to Atlanta at 5. And the left-handed kid from France, I forgot his name, he went to Detroit at 6. I forgot who went 7th, and then Obi went 8th. Something like that. Yeah. But, yeah, that's right. Killian Hayes went to Detroit. I forgot who went 7th. And then Obi went 8th. But, yeah, I've been liking him since then. I thought he was the best big in that draft. And I still think he's the best big in that draft. And I think this is the year you're going to see him start that seed going to turn into a tree pretty soon. He's going to be really good. So I like Okongwu, and then they got the guards. They got obviously Trae Young and the guy from San Antonio. I think that I won't sleep on Atlanta. I'm not sleeping on him. Not with Quinn Snyder coaching that team. I like Quinn. I respect him a lot. Just like I respected Nate McMillan too, but I respected Quinn Snyder a lot, man. And and Quinn Snyder I don't know, but he seems the DeJounte, right? Quinn Snyder, for some reason, connects with the players. Like McMillan is more like Thibodeau. Either you in his outhouse or in his doghouse or on the floor, and he don't tell you why. That's McMillan. Nick McMillan's been like that since he was a player. Roughneck. He played for Seattle and he played for Portland. Roughneck, tough, no nonsense. That's Nate McMillan. I love Nate McMillan. But as I said, him and Thibodeau are just bookends of each other. One is Caucasian and one is Hebrew, but they bookends of each other. That's McMillan. But Snyder seems to get along with players. I don't know. He just seems to get along with the guys. And he can coach. He knows his X's and O's. He knows his stuff. He looked like the Mad Professor, but he knows his business, man. So I wouldn't sleep on Atlanta because of him. Because of him. I still don't think they're better than the Knicks. I mean, I'm just saying. There are teams that if they right, they're better than the Knicks. Okay, Boston by rights better than the Knicks. Milwaukee, if they right, they're better than the Knicks. Yeah, Quinn Snyder is a player's coach. But Cleveland, if I still like the Knicks better than Cleveland. And I like the Knicks better than Philly. But Atlanta is not better than the Knicks. They could be top 6. I still think the Knicks are better though. That's how high I am on the Knicks this year. I think the Knicks are better. The Knicks are better than those two teams. Okay. This is going to be an interesting year. We're going to see what happens, y'all. This is going to be interesting. My cousin's getting ready to show up, so I don't have to sign off. But yeah, always been real talking basketball with the New York Knicks fan base. Always real. Yeah, I think Miami hurt themselves, and they're throwing all their chips hoping to get Dame Dollar. And even if they get him, I still like the Knicks better. Still like the Knicks better. You know, so the Knicks, we ready, man. Let's do this thing this year. Let's do this thing. But y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're off tomorrow, enjoy that too. All right, enjoy that. Be safe out there. I'm getting ready to have some fun with my cousins. Yeah, I know, J. Chill. That's par for the course, isn't it? They said the same thing last year until they got their behind spanked. So I ain't worried about them either. But Cleveland's gonna be better this year, though. For real, they are. But I like the Knicks still. Enjoy yourselves out there. Please be safe. Shalom.